Welcome to the Aegis March Release Notes video on Quick Gift 2.0. In this video, we will be covering the brand new functions of Quick Gift in the Aegis CRM. How to record a split gift, how to record pledges, how to process product orders, and how to process credit card transactions. Before proceeding to the demo, just a quick alert that if users want to use the new ability to record product sales on orders using QuickGift, they should contact support and request that the Allow Orders box be checked in the screenshot below. Any of the other settings can also be updated by contacting support. And don't forget, all the steps taken in this video on how to use QuickGift can be found by clicking on the Aegis Help icon in the upper right of the Aegis CRM and opening the Donors Manual. Here, let me show you how easy that is. I simply navigate to the Help icon in the upper right, click on it, go to the Donors Manual, click on that, navigate through the table of contents, find the Creating a Quick Gift steps, and click on that to get to the steps themselves. Pretty easy. Okay, now let's go back to the Aegis CRM and take a closer look at the new Quick Gift functions. To demonstrate the first new feature of Quick Gift 2.0, the Split Gifts function, I'll start by opening Martin Brody's record from my home dashboard, and then click on the Record Quick Gift button from under the Actions menu. Once the Quick Gift form displays, I'll select the desired appeal ID from the dropdown. And the appeal segment will auto-populate for Brody since he had been solicited for this appeal. I'll leave the activity date as today's date and select a channel of phone. I'll enter a contribution value of $40 and then select the fund ID as General Telemarketing. Now I'll start using the new Split Gifts function by clicking on the Split Gifts button to add an additional gift value and assign it to a different fund. Once the Split Gift pop-up displays, I'll click on the Add Split button. In this scenario, I'll add an additional $20 contribution to the new line and keep the General Mail Fund as the default. I won't assign the value to a pledge at this time, but could if desired. I'll then save the line and then save the split gift. Notice the total contribution value now changed to $60. This includes the value of the additional gift. And the fund ID switches to split contribution to indicate that multiple funds are being designated. To finish processing this split gift, I'll go down to the payment type, select check, put in a check number, and then scroll to the bottom and click Review. I'll then click Submit and View Transaction. And then once the transaction displays, I'll look under the Contributions section and clearly see the two split gifts that I entered earlier. Our second new feature is the ability to record pledges in QuickGift. To start, I'll click again on the Record Quick Gift button under the Actions menu on the right-hand side. I'll then add an appeal ID, keep the activity date, put the channel in as web, and enter a contribution value of $50. I'll click on the first Fund ID. And this time, I'll click on the new Pledge dropdown. Here I can add a payment to an existing pledge for this donor. In this instance, I have two existing pledges that I can select from to apply my payment of $50. I'll select the first, which is an open-ended pledge for that designated amount. Before moving on to payment, I'll click on the Managed Pledges button, which is also new. This enables users to view additional information regarding the donor's outstanding pledges. Users can also process a pledge payment from the screen by utilizing the checkboxes. Now I'll close that and finish processing the pledge by going down to Payments, selecting Check, adding a check number, and then scrolling to the bottom and clicking on the Review button, from which I'll select Submit and View Transaction, where I can clearly see the pledge amount located under the Contributions section of the transaction record. The third new feature of QuickGift 2.0 is the ability to order products. Before we begin, just a reminder that users must request support to turn this feature on in their Aegis database, or they will not see the new products section on the QuickGift form. To start, I'll again click on Record QuickGift from under the Actions menu on the right-hand side. I'll then select my appeal ID, confirm the activity date, select a channel, but then I'll leave the contribution value and fund ID blank and proceed down and click on the Add Item button from under the New Products section. An Inventory Items screen pops up. First, I'll ensure I have the correct warehouse. In this case, I'll switch from Events to Main. Then I can add a product in a number of different ways. I can exactly enter the SKU, or I could search from it from up above. Or I could click through the available items on the right-hand side and locate the item which I want to add. In this case, I'll expand mugs and add the tall coffee mug. When the item displays, I can review the description as well as the price and the available stock that is remaining on it. Once I'm satisfied with that information, I can click on the Add Item button. And then I can observe the item has been added down below the Selected Items section. In this case, I'll save and see my item added in the product section along with its details. At this point, I'll go back to the contribution value and add the price of $10.50, and then add the appropriate fund ID. From here, I'll scroll down, select the payment type of check, add my check number, and then click on the Review button at the bottom of the screen and select Submit and View Transaction. Once the transaction displays, I can look under the Products section and clearly see the product and all its details have been added, as well as the contribution section. The fourth new feature of QuickGift 2.0 is the ability to make credit card payments. For this example, I'll click on the Record QuickGift again and create a record for a straight contribution. I'll add an appeal ID, then add a channel, and put a contribution value in of $75. And then choose my fund ID. This time I'll go down to Payments, and from Payments, I'll select Credit Card. I'll then enter my credit card number, and when I tab out, the card type will be automatically recognized as Visa. Entering my CVV number, and then my month and year, I can go ahead and click on Review. Once I click on Review, I can click on Submit and View Transaction. At this point, the transaction is being run through the payment processor, which, if it is successful, will display a Payment Successful screen. From here, I can click on OK, and I'll be taken to the transaction record where I can review the encrypted credit card information and details if needed. Thanks for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the new features of Quick Gift 2.0 and the Aegis CRM.